Do you feel like your energy levels have dropped over the years? Is your energy levels not the same? Does your libido seem distant? This could be due to a natural drop in testosterone levels. But the good news is that you can increase this hormone naturally, with simple, affordable foods without medication. In this video, you will discover which foods awaken the male body after the age of 60, restoring vitality, strength, desire, and well-being. We will show you how to put together smart meals that activate the natural production of testosterone and transform your body from the inside out. Get ready for content that goes beyond nutrition. This video is about rebuilding the pleasure of living with strength, autonomy, and true will. At 60, a lot changes. Your body no longer responds as it used to. Your mood seems to fluctuate more frequently, and feelings that used to be natural, like energy in the morning, the urge to walk, the desire to connect, start to seem distant. But what many people don't know is that this change, although common, is not permanent. It can be reversed, transformed, rekindled, and it all starts with something simple: what you put on your plate. Testosterone is a vital hormone for both men and women. In men, it regulates not only libido and sexual performance, but also muscle strength, mood, sleep, and mental clarity. After the age of 50, levels begin to drop naturally, but this drop can be aggravated by bad habits, a sedentary lifestyle, and, above all, an unhealthy diet. On the other hand, there are foods that act as direct fuel for this hormone, foods that wake up the body, that tell it, you're still alive. There's still fire in there. Imagine a retired man of 68 who begins to feel a drop in energy. He wakes up more tired, loses interest in simple activities, and begins to avoid intimacy with his partner. He goes to the doctor, gets tests done, and his levels are low. Instead of taking immediate medication, he decides to start with his habits. He starts walking in the morning. He starts sleeping better. And most importantly, he starts eating better. In 2 months, it's not just the test results that change. It's the sparkle in his eyes, the tone of his voice, and the way he holds his coffee cup as he talks about plans for the weekend. Among the most powerful foods to increase testosterone naturally after 60 on, the first great ally is the whole egg. Rich in good cholesterol, B vitamins, and selenium, the egg is a hormone builder par excellence. It is no wonder that it has always been present in the diets of athletes, bodybuilders, and elderly men. The secret is in the yolk, a source of healthy fats that serve as raw material for the production of testosterone. And the most interesting thing, eating 2 whole eggs for breakfast, boiled or scrambled, can naturally increase the energy of men over 60 without the need for expensive supplements. Another food that seems common but carries a hidden power is the Brazil nut. Just 1 nut per day is enough to provide the ideal dose of selenium, an essential mineral for the proper functioning of the testicles and adrenal gland, where testosterone is produced. In addition, Brazil nuts provide zinc, another essential mineral for maintaining fertility, desire, and physical strength. A study conducted with men between 60 and 70 years old showed that those who included Brazil nuts regularly in their diet showed an improvement in sexual disposition and a reduction in fatigue in less than 30 days. And speaking of zinc, there's no way to ignore a food that needs to return to many people's plates: lean red meat, especially beef liver. Yes, liver. This forgotten and underrated food is one of the greatest nutritional treasures there is. Rich in vitamin A, iron, zinc, and vitamin B12, liver plays a direct role in hormonal regulation, muscle building, and vital energy. Just a small portion a week, about 100 grams, is enough to notice the difference in vigor, mental clarity, and even deep sleep. Men with low testosterone levels who introduce liver regularly report surprising improvements, especially when combined with light exercise and quality sleep. But perhaps the most surprising thing is an item that grows silently deep in the earth: raw garlic. This food, present on our tables since ancient times, has compounds that reduce cortisol, the stress hormone, and this in itself allows testosterone to act more effectively. A stressed body does not produce well. A relaxed body does. When you eat raw garlic in the morning or before dinner, especially on an empty stomach, you are literally making room for your natural energy to circulate again. It is not a miracle. It is biochemistry. Another powerful food group is those that contain good fats, such as avocado, extra virgin olive oil, and pumpkin seeds. These healthy fats are essential for hormone production and maintaining prostate health. In older men, the presence of these fats in the diet is associated with improved libido, increased muscle mass, and the prevention of cardiovascular disease. Adding a tablespoon of olive oil to your lunch or half an avocado to your dinner may not seem like much, but for your body, this represents direct access to the raw material it needs to reactivate its potential. By combining all these foods with habits such as quality sleep, daily exercise, and adequate hydration, the body begins to respond. It is not quick like an artificial capsule, but it is deep, sustainable, and real. Testosterone starts to circulate again, energy is restored, willpower returns, and with it, the feeling of being the master of one's own body again. Because age does not erase the desire to live intensely. It only requires that we take better care of the machine that carries this desire. In doctors' offices who treat patients over the age of 60, it is increasingly common to hear reports of men who no longer feel like starting the day with energy, that they have lost the drive to move, to plan, to desire. But almost always, when you investigate further, the root cause is not age, but fuel. The body has not aged as much as it seems. It is simply being poorly nourished, intoxicated by routines of fast food, sugar, and inflammatory foods that silently sabotage testosterone production. That's where a powerful, affordable, and often overlooked food comes in. Pure cocoa. Yes, cocoa. Not the regular chocolate with sugar, milk, and hydrogenated fat. Real, bitter, dense cocoa in powder or small pieces. Rich in flavonoids and magnesium, cocoa acts directly on blood circulation and the production of dopamine, the neurotransmitter of pleasure. The effect of this on older men is profound. It increases vitality, improves libido, and elevates mood. A simple preparation with warm water, a spoonful of pure cocoa, and cinnamon, taken at night, can help not only with hormonal health, but also with the quality of sleep. Another ingredient with silent power is ginger tea. Ginger is thermogenic, stimulates circulation, and has compounds that, according to several studies, help in the production of free testosterone, the type that really works in the body. When used in tea form, ginger warms, improves digestion, reduces inflammation, and cleanses the body of toxins that disrupt hormonal balance. A ginger tea with lemon before main meals, in addition to helping with metabolism, reinforces the feeling of energy and mental clarity. And when we talk about inflammation, we cannot ignore the devastating role of ultra-processed foods. Soft drinks, cold cuts, fried foods, refined sugar. They all generate internal inflammation that silences testosterone production. It is as if the body receives the message, everything is wrong, save energy. And the first energy that the body cuts in these cases is hormonal energy, because it requires stability to be produced. Therefore, eliminating or reducing the consumption of these foods is as important as including the good ones. An inflamed body is a body without libido, without strength, without enthusiasm. Now, imagine an ordinary morning. A 65-year-old man wakes up, drinks a glass of warm water with lemon, prepares 2 scrambled eggs with olive oil and a pinch of turmeric. Next to it, a banana with cocoa powder and a Brazil nut. Then, a light 20-minute walk in the sun. This small ritual already provides vitamin D, good fats, minerals, and movement. And this, repeated for weeks, transforms into a new body, a body that responds with vigor, with clarity, with desire, a body that remembers what it is like to live well. There is also a group of red fruits that indirectly improve testosterone levels. Strawberries, blackberries, raspberries, and blueberries. They are antioxidants, combat oxidative stress, one of the biggest enemies of male hormones, and improve cardiovascular health. And blood is the transport of testosterone. If circulation is poor, the hormone does not reach where it needs to go. Therefore, including these fruits in your breakfast or as a snack is a simple and powerful strategy. Another vital point is adequate hydration. Testosterone is directly affected by the body's hydration level. A dehydrated body reduces its cellular function, impairs hormone synthesis, and affects mood. Men who spend the day without drinking enough water are, without realizing it, sabotaging their own virility. A glass of water upon waking, another before meals, and small amounts throughout the day are enough to keep the body in a functional state. In addition, there is the impact of foods rich in zinc, such as chickpeas, beans, lentils, and pumpkin seeds. These foods, when well prepared, cooked without fat, with herbs and natural seasonings, reinforce the body's mineral base and keep hormonal metabolism in balance. Zinc is a key mineral in regulating testosterone levels and mainly in protecting against premature decline. The most surprising thing is that none of these foods require major changes or sacrifices. They are simple, everyday foods, but their intelligent combination generates a powerful cumulative effect. A well-nourished body begins to signal to the brain that it is ready to function again, that it can feel desire, that it can produce strength, that it can age with dignity and pleasure. It's not about aesthetics. It's not about overperformance. It's about finding your center again, looking in the mirror again and feeling that the person there has life in their eyes, warmth in their chest, and firmness in their legs. Because testosterone, contrary to what many people think, is not just a sex hormone. It is what connects men to their vitality. And by eating well, sleeping well, and moving, you are not just living longer, you are living better. Most men who reach their 60s carry not only the signs of aging on their bodies, but also the weight of a lifetime of responsibilities, stress, and silence. Many have learned not to talk about tiredness, discouragement, or the loss of the will to live intensely. Aging is often confused with giving up, but there's a huge difference between getting older and fading away inside. That's where the true power of food lies, not as a restrictive diet, but as a reconnection with vital energy. Every food that stimulates testosterone is not just influencing a hormone, it's telling the body, you're still alive, you're still capable of desire, of feeling emotion, of conquering. And there's something even deeper, the impact of testosterone on the male mind. Low levels of this hormone directly affect mood, self-esteem, and clarity of thought. Many men who experience symptoms of mild depression, lack of motivation, or a constant feeling of apathy in old age are actually dealing with a silent hormonal imbalance. It's not a whim, it's not laziness, it's biology. And the answer may lie more in what's on your plate than in the pharmacy. Let's reinforce the key foods that naturally increase testosterone after 60. Whole eggs, every day, preferably at breakfast. Brazil nuts, 1 per day. Beef liver, a small portion weekly. Raw garlic, crushed in small quantities at meals or on an empty stomach. Avocado, olive oil, pumpkin seeds, sources of good fats. Pure cocoa, powder or nibs, without sugar. Ginger tea with lemon, between meals. Red fruits such as blackberries, strawberries, blueberries. Legumes, such as chickpeas, beans, and lentils. And above all, water, every day, no excuses. You don't have to eat them all at the same time. Instead, you need to create a routine where you'll be present throughout the week. Consistency is the key. Small, conscious choices made every day build a solid foundation in your body. In 4 weeks, the results are the same. More energy, more clarity, more lightness. And if you add daily movement to this, even if it's simple, a walk, a stretch, a walk around the block, the effect is intensified. The body wakes up, and with it, libido awakens. The pleasure of living, the desire to be present with more strength, more autonomy, more desire. But perhaps the most important thing of all is not what these foods do to your blood, muscles, or sleep. The most important thing is what they do to rebuild your male identity in old age. They give you back something that many thought they had lost forever: the right to feel alive inside. Imagine the scene. A 69-year-old man with gray hair prepares his breakfast with steady hands. 2 eggs, a spoonful of olive oil, a slice of avocado. He knows what he is doing. He is not just eating, he is building a body capable of loving, working, and feeling emotion. Beside him, his partner smiles. And so does he. Because the pleasure of living is not over. He was just asleep, waiting for a sign. And perhaps that sign is precisely in what you decide to eat tomorrow. Because it's never too late to rekindle what makes you feel whole again. It's never too late to regain your vitality. It's never too late to be a man, with real body, soul, and energy.